Titles. Go.
Regurgitation?
Ejection seat.
She paints death.
The noisy cricket.
Golf magic?
Moist.
Hold on, I need a second. 3 inches from the hole.
Close.
Yeah. Matt. Rocks.
FUBAR.
Oh shit. I only had 2.
Perfect. That works.
That works? Is it me
Yeah,
now?
go ahead.
Go ahead,
He's
Deez.
like, shit, what?
All right, ready?
Looking like a Russian beet farmer.
Eek.
It's time.
Who is that? Is that Hardy?
That's my future ex-wife Lita and Matt Hardy. Yes.
Okay,
We're
that's what I
breaking
thought.
up, guys. It's 2002. What's going on?
How did you get I want that.
There's a poster in here too.
Phew. It'll probably be stuck. I mean,
It'll
let's do
be
this.
moist.
It's time
It
to
will
go.
be moist later.
Warning. What you are about to hear contains explicit language, adult themes, and potentially disturbing content. The views and opinions expressed are those of the hosts and do not reflect the opinions of anyone else, anywhere, ever, in the history of the world. This podcast is intended for an immature audience and should not be listened to by anyone, anywhere, ever, in the history of the world. You know, fuck it. You've been warned.
Hello.
What the? Okay. Wow.
Guys, what's got you geeked?
Wow, Corbs.
Yeah,
What did you
dude.
eat, bro?
Way to just stop the whole thing. Hilarious.
Or start it.
Wow. Yeah, or start it. All right. So that's actually pretty impressive, Corbs. What's got me geeked this week is awesome. Fuck. Okay, maybe I have to do this. I wanted it. So, as you know, what we were talking about a couple weeks ago on our podcast, PlayStation 5 is releasing a game in 2016. No, 2016, 2026 that I really want to get. Of course, it is a Titanic VR simulator. So basically, this is a game. The synopsis is April 14th, 1912. You retire to your cabin aboard the majestic RMS Titanic. Hours later, you're jolted awake by an anonymous shudder. The unsinkable has met its impossible fate. Experience the famous disaster in history in the first person survival gameplay. So basically, there's dynamic flooding systems, I guess. Like you're going through all the decks, you're trying to board one of the boats. So it's like one of those virtual storybooks when we were kids. You like turn to this page to go here, turn to this page. So every decision you make has implications for how you're going to do it. So you're trying to get off the ship and see if you can survive. So what has me geeked? A video game, a PlayStation I've never owned in my life. I might be buying one next year just because of a Titanic fucking simulator. So yes, this has me geeked. Fuck, do I want it? But let's see what happens. I know, Paul. I see you, buddy.
Now, not only do you have to buy the PlayStation 5, but if it's a VR simulator game, you also have to buy the PlayStation VR set.
Ugh.
You're
Why
into
can't
it.
this be 2016 then?
Hey, listen, I'm telling you, like you're saying you're going to buy this PlayStation 5 for one game. The reason I went from PlayStation to Xbox was for one game. It was
See?
so I could play Starfield. Now I love
Exactly.
it. Now I love my Xbox, and I don't know if I'd go back to PlayStation.
No,
There are some cool games for PlayStation that I really wish they had for Xbox. Ghost of Tsushima.
Mhm.
They're going to come out with a new one for that. I can't remember the name of it. There's a couple other games that are on PlayStation that are not on Xbox, but
Yeah. No, I agree with you, DC. That makes total sense. But like knowing our luck, us guys, I'm not gonna lie, we have shitty luck sometimes. Watch this game does not come out. I'm stuck with a PlayStation 5. It's like great system. Oh, that game you wanted, it's getting delayed. And watch, it comes out after the time we die or some shit. Or it's gonna get shelved like how this
Yeah.
Titanic game I'm playing on my computer right now, which
right.
but whatever. But DC, I see what you're saying though.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll see what happens. But what has me geeked is that game, so we'll see what
Nice.
happens.
That is funny because the last time we had a show, you talked about the one that was never coming out. That's funny.
I do want to on a future podcast. I want to show you that game a little bit. Maybe we'll talk about that another time, though.
Oh, resurrect the gaming section? Wow.
Maybe.
You need a better mustache.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know I do. I was gonna do. Yeah,
So like,
stop.
Moving on.
Oh, that was good.
What's got me geeked is couple of things. One is a video game, comes out not till August, but it's a game that they said would never come to Xbox because of the amount of RAM in an Xbox. But it actually is coming out for Xbox on August the 23rd, I believe it is. It is Wukong Black Myth Wukong, where you are the Monkey King, and it's all kung fu. It's coming out to Xbox on August the 23rd. So I'm psyched for that. I'm ready. The other thing, on my birthday, July 25th, comes Happy Gilmore 2. I can't wait for that. I saw another trailer for it. I'm stoked. It looks really funny. And stuff. And obviously, Sandler's in it. The guy who plays Shooter McGavin is in
Chris
it
McDonald.
again.
Yep.
Christopher McDonald. Yeah, it looks really good. The other thing that's got me geeked I think from the last time we did this, I am now home. I am now home, sitting in my room in my recliner, feet up. Just a little context. I don't know if Corbs told you guys this. So I come home that Thursday. So we play D&D on Wednesday. That Thursday I come home. It takes me 45 minutes to go up the stairs. The stairs that I practice on at Loretto were wider more deep, and so it took me a lot longer to get up the stairs. But once I got up the stairs, I got into my chair. I wheeled into my room, which I hadn't seen in 4 months. Got into my recliner. I put my feet up, and mom comes in, sister comes in or whatever and says, time for dinner. I'm like, okay, great. So the foot rest is up, and I'm like, okay. So I scooch to the edge. I go to put the foot thing down. I can't because why? I don't have any legs. 2, I put it down with my hands. And as soon as it clicks, I fall out of the chair, smack my face on my wheelchair, smack my left leg on the ground, and I'm laying there in a heap. And my mother goes, "Oh my God, how can I help you?" And I'm like, I'm just laying there. So then I roll over, sit up, I get back into my recliner, and I said, I got to figure out a new way to do this. So now I can put the legs down once I get into my chair. I have to go over the arm of the chair into my wheelchair, and then I push the footrest down with my hand, and then I wheel my wheelchair into it hard enough to close it and lock it. And then I do whatever I want. I spend a good portion of the day in the wheelchair playing Xbox, watching TV. But right now I'm sitting in my recliner. I'll play. Since we're not doing the gaming thing, the other thing that's got me geeked is I'm playing a new video game. It is called Clare Obscura Expedition 33. And it is a turn-based RPG like a Final Fantasy. It's really cool. It's really hard. It's not really hard, but it's turn-based, and you are it's everybody in there is French. And what you're doing is you are on an expedition team going over from this place to the mainland to go after this entity called the Paintress. And what she does is she paints death. And you have to go and stop her. And you have like 12 people in your party to start with. And once your boat lands on the mainland, now you're down to 2. Everybody else dies, except, oh, I'm sorry, you're down to 4, but I haven't found the other 2 yet. But it's cool. It's got magic. It's got weapons. It's got my guys, the guy that you play in the main character, but you can switch between characters. But the main guy that you usually are, his name is Gustav. He has pistols, a sword, and they also use like magic and stuff like that. And there's some really weird looking monsters that you got to deal with. And I just fought this big ass boss. I died like 5 times and it just restarts right from that spot. And I didn't realize why I kept dying. And I finally figured it out. And I ended up beating the thing the last time. And now I'm a little bit closer, but it's really cool game. Clare, Obscura, Expedition 33. It's made, I can't remember who it's made by, but it is really cool. And I think it might just be Xbox exclusive, but I'm not sure. But it's really cool. I looked it up. It got a 4.9 out of 5 stars. So yeah, it's good. So that's what's got me geeked. Oh, and the NBA draft is tonight, and I usually watch it, and I haven't. So that's it.
You sure?
No, but I think that's it.
All right. I just have one question.
One.
Or not really a question, I guess, a statement.
Yeah, I was
Dude,
about to say you don't ask a question.
Yeah.
Dude,
What's
Dude.
you got a fucking ejection seat.
Yeah.
Like, you got ejected from your seat. You own an ejection seat, and you completely downplayed that.
He's not wrong.
Yes. Yes. I did.
I thought Ma was gonna come into your room and say, "Quit fucking around. It's dinner time. Your dinner's getting cold."
No.
She says that anyways.
Yeah. Yeah, nope. I do have an ejection seat. And I'm just glad I only used it once so far. It's kind of like the Men in Black thing. Whatever you do, don't ever, ever touch the red button.
The noisy cricket.
That's right.
Noisy cricket. I love it.
All right. So, Corbs, what's got you geeked?
Besides, I can't really tell if you have nose hairs or not.
I'm
He
sorry.
does. We can see it.
I'm doing like 6 different things at once. Leave me alone. What am I doing? No. Oh, that's what I'm doing. What's got me geeked is mine is simple, and you guys all probably know what I'm going to say.
Regurgitation.
Depending on when this comes out, my son will officially be a high school graduate as of Friday, this coming Friday. So whatever day that is, what, the 20 something?
27th.
27th. 27th. As of the
Awesome.
27th, he will be a high school graduate. So that's that's the only thing that's got me geeked. And I mean, not gonna lie to you, it's pretty wild. I can remember him going to kindergarten the first day. I can remember him going actually to pre-K the first day and crying when he was getting on the bus. And one of our family friends came out and got off the bus because she rode the bus with him at that time. She rode the bus. She actually came out, took him by the hand, told him it was going to be okay, and they got on the bus together. And after that, he was fine.
That's
So,
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all cried.
Yeah.
All the Corbett's cried getting on the bus for pre-K or kindergarten or whatever the fuck it was the very first day.
I'm pretty sure Corbs cried for the first day of ITT as well.
I cried the first day of everything.
Yep. Yeah. High
Get a
school
video of
graduate.
I cried the first day of Horror Fest. I cried our first Comic-Con.
You cried at our
Reasons
first
why I
game
was crying.
session.
That was different reasons why I was crying those places. I mean,
When you're forced to be somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, right. I was
That's
forced
why
to
you're
be.
crying. Yeah.
Right.
I was forced to be everywhere.
Right.
So,
My nephew is graduating from high school, and his father and me. You know what that makes us, dude?
old.
Old.
Hmm.
Old as fuck.
Old as fuck, yes. So, but yeah, that's the only thing that's got me geeked. I mean,
As it should. That's awesome.
you
Yeah.
know,
Congrats to Bryce.
yeah, I took the day off, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna take them to. They have a, which I don't understand, but I mean, I get it, but I don't. But they have a rehearsal at the high school in the morning,
Yep.
so I'm gonna take them to that, and then we'll probably go grab some breakfast or whatever after, type of thing, and then graduation, and then we were gonna go to dinner after graduation. Excuse me, but come to find out, graduation is 2 hours and 15 minutes or so, 2.5 hours or so. So it starts at 6. That makes it 8:30.
Right. You're going out for a midnight snack.
Yeah, right. So
Yeah.
we're gonna probably go to dinner a different night for that. So
Yeah.
I thought you were saying you're gonna take him to breakfast, then take him to go golfing.
you laugh, dude. You laugh, dude. That was the one thing I thought about. I did think about it. I took the day off because I figured maybe we could do something together. But I mean, you got
Right.
7:45 is the rehearsal. It's about an hour long. So then it's like 8:45, say 9 o'clock. Go to breakfast. It's 10 o'clock. Then he's got to come home. We got to get his mother's coming into town from Binghamton. Not that that's a far away, but she's
Still.
coming into town. We got to get down there by a certain time because he gets in at a certain time. You got to take into consideration all this stuff. I've been talking to my best friend's wife, who's the admin for our Facebook account for the school, and she's been through it already once with her oldest son. So she's kind of filled me in on everything to do. Like, you got to go down there early to get in line. You got to pick a place to meet because it's at the Expo Center at the fairgrounds. It's not where I had it. It was the War Memorial.
Same.
Oh shit! When I had mine, it was at the War Memorial.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right. So, so you gotta have a place. First, you got a place to meet everybody who's going. Then you have to get in. Then you have to find a seat. Then you have to find out. You'll find out where he's sitting at the rehearsal. If he's sitting on the left or he's sitting on the right.
Mm-hmm.
The way they did it.
Try and figure out where to put
Yeah,
yourself.
right. Where you want to sit. Now, if he's on the right side, apparently they go up on the right side and come off on the left side. So if you want to get pictures of him walking across stage, you got to be on the left. So if he's on the right, are you going to sit on the right and then walk over to the left and cut in front of everybody? You know what I mean? So we have to kind of figure all that stuff out. So there's a lot of things going on. So I figured taking him golfing probably not the best idea that day. My buddy got the first 2 tee times at the golf course that we normally play. So if it's nice on Saturday morning, we may go golfing Saturday morning just as kind of a fuck around. Can I say that on here?
Yeah. Yes. That's
Not
I
that,
see
not, not, not that it matters anymore. I just fucking said it.
fuck.
So we're gonna do that, but it looks like it's supposed to rain on Saturday. So I'll try to get him out. I mean, it's tough to get him out with me to play golf in the morning because I play so early, and he's a teenager. He doesn't go to bed till 1 o'clock at night because he's on with his friends, which is fine. And he's coming into the summer, before he goes to college, and we have to find him a job, all this stuff. So I don't know about I'd like to get him out with me on the golf course, even just to ride. Sometimes he just comes out and rides in the golf cart with us. We just fuck around on the golf course for the day and stuff. So, but yeah, that's what's got me geeked. I'm super excited for him to graduate. Like I said, it's bittersweet because I can remember him going. I can remember him going to first grade. I can remember his first day at elementary school. I can remember his first day at middle school. I can remember his first day at the junior high school, which was here at the apartment because it was during COVID. All this stuff. I can remember him going to high school for the first day, and now here it is. They just had his last test yesterday on Tuesday. So it's crazy. I mean, Danny's been through it twice. This is my first time going through it. Paul, you'll go through it. It's just
Eventually, yeah.
it's just one of those things, man. It's just, it's crazy to think about. So you start thinking back about some of the stuff that, you guys did together and some of the stuff and just some of the things that he did and all that stuff. I keep getting pictures from his mother and uh from my best friend's wife. She, pictures of, him and Bryce and his and their daughter because they're graduating together. So, there's pictures of them in kindergarten together. So they took a picture in kindergarten and they took a picture of them at the graduation walkthrough for the elementary school. So, it's just kind of bittersweet to see these things and see how the two of them have grown up and all that stuff and how far they've come and, blossomed into young adults. So, and he's going to OCC. He's got a schedule for OCC. The kid lucked out. I'm not going to fucking lie to you. He's got one class on Monday and Wednesday. He's got 3 classes on Tuesday and Thursday. He's got nothing on Friday.
Nice.
And no
Wow.
classes start before 9 o'clock.
What? Wow.
Love it.
Schedule.
Yeah. I when he showed me a schedule and his mom told me, I was like, how the fuck did you manage that? Dude, I can remember me going to college. I had a Friday morning class at 8 o'clock.
Yep.
Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, it was a class I enjoyed. It was golf.
Aw.
Only
Like,
you, man.
But no, think of this. I don't know if you guys remember Thursday nights was club night.
Oh, yes.
We used to go to country club. We used to go to Club Chameleon every Thursday night. We'd be out dancing and hanging out. I didn't dance, but that's besides the point. I hate dancing. It's the world's worst thing to do ever.
But it's Thirsty Thursday in college. You're going out.
Right, exactly. So we'd go to the club, and we'd be at the club until 2 o'clock in the morning, and then you get home and you don't go to bed till 3 or 4 o'clock, and then you're up at 6 o'clock for an 8 o'clock class. So, it. Granted, it was golf. I didn't mind getting up early because I was enjoying playing golf, and it was a golf class that I knew I could ace, which was fun because that was like the only class I ever went to. So, but it just I told him, I said, you're lucky. You're lucky. Usually first year freshmen, man, they all get that 8 o'clock in the morning class.
Always, dude.
And he didn't get a single one of them, and I'm like, dude.
I had psychology at 8 o'clock in the morning my freshman year when I went to Wagner, and I showed up in the class the very first day. Now, I hadn't pledged my fraternity yet, but still was drinking.
Right.
I went 8 o'clock in the morning. I didn't shower, but I also didn't have any hair. Like it wasn't even this long.
Right.
But I still had my baseball hat on. And my teacher was like, yeah, you got to take that off. And I was like, yeah, no, I don't. And he's like, well, then you got to leave. And I'm like, I'll drop it. So I did. Went right to my advisors right after that class. Right when he told me to leave, I went and dropped it and put in something else that was later.
Right.
Yeah, man, that was rough. First 2 semesters, freshman year, 2 semesters in a row, classes at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And the second semester was after I became a brother in my fraternity. That was worse.
Right.
Is that, Sean, you were there.
Yeah, I've been there.
You were there with me hanging out, meeting the boys, drinking.
Oh, yeah.
Let Bryce know too, Corbs. He may not have an 8 a.m. class, but I remember my 2 years at OCC. The parking lot is a bitch.
Oh, yeah.
You have to literally find a parking spot. Like, it's hard to find parking there.
Yeah, and on top of that, they've redone everything up there.
Yeah.
They've added in dorms, so they took out that. There was a parking lot right there. That parking lot's gone.
Oh, that's gone now.
That's gone. There's a parking lot too. So when you're pulling in, the dorms are to your left. There's a parking lot to your there's not even a parking lot there. The parking lot's in front of SRC now. It's a huge parking lot, but there's one there. There's still a couple parking lots behind the buildings right there and behind Gordon. Then you got the parking lots that are down. I never knew that there was parking lots down behind the buildings where the classes were. So I was always parking behind Gordon Student Center and walking my ass across the fucking bridge.
Right. But yeah, he may not have that 8 a.m. class, but he'll have to get up at like 7 o'clock in the morning to find even parking.
To find parking, yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it.
That's awesome. Well, again, congratulations to
The
Lil
disenchanted
Corbs.
voice. The disenchanted voice.
All right, so I guess it's my turn. I guess what's got me geeked is the fact that softball's in full Swing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Kylie, my youngest, is full throttle with softball now. We're in two different leagues. So that means if it wasn't for the heat advisory, she would have had 9 straight days of games.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's we started. We started off a few weeks back with one game out in Geddes for tournament ball. That was Sunday of Memorial Day weekend when we got back from our trip. We made it there for the last game. I think I mentioned it before. But since then, we've now experienced our first real full tournament. We were in Oswego at Legends Field this past weekend, and tournament softball is no joke.
Wait a minute. Where were you?
Legends Field in Oswego.
In Oswego. Okay.
Yeah, that's yeah. Multiple games on Saturday, then they come back Sunday to do it all again until they lose a game, and then you just unceremoniously go the fuck home.
Later.
Oh yeah.
Be gone now.
Yeah, we did that with we did that with hockey tournaments.
I can
Those
imagine.
baseball fucking tournaments.
And what really astounds me is that these tournaments and teams apparently they don't really care about school or jobs. They expect you to show up halfway through a Friday afternoon to start your tournament. Like,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I remember that shit. I remember playing in all-star baseball tournaments. I mean, now granted, they were usually, I want to say 4th of July weekend, which
Mhm.
again,
it's coming up. Yep,
4th of July weekend, you would think people got shit to fucking do
true.
and stuff. But yeah, I can remember starting all-star tournaments at like on Thursday at like noon.
Yeah.
It's insane. Well, by then the kids are out of school too, so there's one more justifiable thing. But
Right, but
the parents still got to work. Yeah,
right. You're still parents still both your parents still got to work.
Mhm.
So then you're trying to manufacture how to get kids to a freaking tournament. So
Yeah.
I get it, man.
We used to have to take I used to have to take Fridays off to go to tournaments for Alex for hockey and Jake.
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah.
remember like the jam tournaments, man. His first game is at noon and he's got school.
Yep.
And the
It's
coach
crazy.
the coach always looked at me and when Alex was playing was like, Dan, he's got to be here. He's the best player on our team. He's got to be here.
I can
I had his coach tell me, Alex was like, Dad, I really want to play basketball. I want you to coach me at basketball. I really want to play basketball. I said, okay. So his hockey coach is like, Dan, we have practice on Tuesdays and Fridays. And basketball was on Fridays. I said, he'll definitely be here Tuesdays, but Fridays for like the next 6 weeks, he's going to play basketball. After the first 2 weeks, the coach pulls me aside that Tuesday and was like, he needs to be here. He's the best player on our team, and I need him here because I run everything through him. So I looked at him, and he was standing next to me, and he's like, son of a bitch. And so I had to go to another parent and ask him to take over so he could be hockey.
Yeah.
Hockey. And I always said, and Sean, he knows this just from going to his tournaments and stuff, I always consider hockey parents to be like a cult, except you don't have to shave your head. Because you're with these same people for
Some did.
8 months. 8 months out of the year. And when he started playing all year round, we were with the same people for 3 years in a row, 365 days. We only had 1 week, and those are the weeks we would go to Smith Mountain Lake.
Yeah.
That was it.
Right.
Other than that, he was hockey.
Yep.
Yep. I can remember being in high school and my best friend, you guys know Justin. I talk about him all the time. I can remember him playing hockey, and every Friday he was gone. He wasn't in school.
Right.
Yep.
Just
If there was a tournament out of town, he was gone.
Yep.
And stuff. I can remember him coming up on Thursday, be like, I'm out. Or like, what do you mean? Deuces. He's like, and we're like, okay. I mean, when they were in town, even when they were in town and they had a tournament or something, he still was not in school.
right.
So it's
Yeah.
being a hockey parent and being a parent right now in any type of sporting event, not even event, just sports in general. It's a full-time fucking gig.
It is.
It is.
And especially, I mean, if your kid is good enough, like your daughter's playing travel ball.
Mhm.
So obviously she's good enough to play travel ball. So that means she's good enough to play.
Yep.
So that means twice a month, you guys are probably going to be at least twice a month. You're going to be on the road somewhere for a weekend.
Yep.
Yep.
Through the entire through all of summer, probably into.
This is a year-round organization too.
Yeah.
So yeah. Yep.
So yeah, that's my life now. And so on that note, I think we'll throw it to break. Then we'll come back with huge news.
Talking to the stranger with the skeleton flute was his first mistake. Playing it was his second. Be careful what you wish for never meant anything to 12-year-old Sam until the night he blows into the skeleton flute and wishes for his parents to stay together. The stranger promised Sam his greatest desire, but the morning after the low, warbling note came out of the glowing flute, Sam's life has been turned upside down. His brother and sister don't exist, and his best friend doesn't know him. His parents are together and happy, but is it worth sacrificing everyone else he loves? Caught in a web of unintended consequences, Sam must try to get his old life back, despite the challenges that wait for him if he succeeds. And that means uncovering the mystery behind the strange man's identity and the skeleton flute. The Skeleton Flute hits shelves on August 27th. You can pre-order your copy now on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, your local indie, and most major book retailers.
Now, before you tune in expecting to hear the news reported by a long-haired political news nerd, here's the news. Rochester's own Bruce, the Golden Retriever, made his MLB debut as he was presented a commemorative bat as part of the Pups in the Park promotion during the Washington Nationals game against the Miami Marlins on June 15th. Bruce has retrieved bats the last 2 seasons with the Rochester Red Wings, Washington AAA affiliate, and he has since been sent back down to the minors. Donald Trump made a bold and very illegal move on June 22nd when he ordered missile strikes on key nuclear locations in Iran, which the Felon-In-Chief touted as a crushing blow, has been truthfully reported as a minor setback, and they will be back in production in a matter of months. And finally, Zohan Mamdani declared victory in New York City's Democratic mayoral primary Tuesday night after Andrew Cuomo conceded the race in a stunning upset as the young progressive upstart who was virtually unknown when the contest began, but bear with me, I wrote this literally 5 minutes ago, built a substantial lead over the more experienced but scandal-scarred former governor. With victory all but assured, Mamdani, a 33-year-old Democratic socialist who ran an energetic campaign centered on the cost of living, told supporters, "I will be your Democratic nominee for the mayor of New York City." Clearly. "I will be the mayor for every New Yorker, whether you voted for me, for Governor Cuomo, or felt too disillusioned by a long, broken political system to vote at all," he said. "I will work to be a mayor you will be proud to call your own." And Republicans are losing their fucking mind. And that's the news, kids. Something. Allow me to leave you with one final word. Moist. Corbs?
Moist.
Very good.
So I gotta put this out. Daniel will remember this, I'm sure. Maybe Jack might need another movie too. That just reminded me of Vote for None of the Above.
I don't even know what that is.
Dan, you know I know you know the movie. Jack's got that look on his face like he thinks he knows the movie. What's the movie?
Who are you asking?
You.
Brewster's Millions.
Brewster's Millions with Richard Pryor.
And John Candy.
John Candy. Very good, yes.
Yes,
Good, I was
John Candy. What was his name in the movie?
Oh,
I knew, yeah, he was the angel. I forget the name.
no, he's the catcher.
Who was the
Oh.
catcher?
Spike.
Yes,
Spike.
Spike what?
Oh, I can't remember his last name.
Spike Nolan.
Spike Nolan.
Spike Nolan. Yep.
Spike Nolan. Yep. All right. Dad joke first. I'm wondering why the baseball keeps getting closer and closer to me. Then it hit me.
Very good.
All right, sports.
Oh, wait, I've got one. Okay.
Okay,
I got a
let's
joke
do it.
too.
All right, we all got jokes.
All right, Paul, go.
I used to hate facial hair. It grew on me.
All right.
Okay, mine's not a dad joke. You guys, I might have told this before. So, Moses, Jesus, and an older gentleman are playing golf.
I've heard this one before.
Moses steps up to the ball and the tee, hits it, and it's one of the worst shots ever. And it's heading right for the pond. So he runs over, throws his hands up, the pond parts, ball skips a couple of times right up onto the green, and sits about 3 inches from the hole. Moses walks up, taps it in, and Jesus goes, "Hey, Moses, that was a nice shot." So Jesus steps up, hits an even worse shot. The ball lands in the pond, but it's floating right there on the top of the pond. So Jesus walks on water, hits the ball again, chips it onto the green, right into the cup. Moses looks at Jesus and says, "Hey, that's a nice shot." So the old guy steps up, hits the worst shot of them all. The ball lands in the pond, and he's standing there looking at it. And just as he's looking at it, a fish jumps out of the water with the ball in its mouth and hangs in the air for like a second. And as it's hanging in the air, a bird comes, grabs the ball out of the fish's mouth, flies over, drops it on the green. It rolls right to the edge of the cup. Out of the woods comes a squirrel and knocks the ball into the cup. Jesus turns around and goes, "Nice shot, Dad."
Nice. Nice. All right, Corbs, I'll give you one dad joke and then I'll let you do your sports. And then here we go. You ready? What did the egg say at the party? Omelet.
Sports.
Sports. All right, so it's been a while since we had a sports segment on this show. It's been what, like a month
Yep.
or more.
something like that. So lots happened in a month. All
I've
right,
been a little bit busy with math rocks.
so we can now go on to the next segment. All right, so sports. So we'll start just kind of quickly. White Sox still suck. That's baseball. Yeah, hockey. Florida Panthers won their second Stanley Cup in a row. Beat the Edmonton Oilers for the second year in a row. So that's, cool for the Panthers, I guess. That's pretty cool. Winning two back-to-back Stanley Cups is very unheard of. It hasn't happened in a long time.
Long time.
90, 83, 80, 82, 83, 81, 82, something like
No,
that.
2016 and 17.
Okay.
Penguins.
Penguins. Okay. So that's that. So obviously, next year they're looking to go for a three-peat.
Which hasn't been done since like the 1940s or 50s.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. Since the 1980s.
With Edmonton.
Nope.
No, with the Islanders.
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 Yes,
That's right. Islanders.
Yes.
So basketball. Congratulations to the Oklahoma City Thunders. They won the NBA championship this past week. I think it was Monday.
Monday.
Monday night.
Oh, I thought
Sunday night, whatever, Sunday or Monday, one of those 2 days. So that's pretty cool. Feel bad for Tyrese Halliburton. Looks like he blew out his Achilles in the game, that's not a pretty thing. It's happened to a lot of guys. A lot of football players have had it happen. I know a lot of basketball players have had it happen. Kevin Durant, he said it happened to him. He
In the
just got
finals as
traded
well.
in the finals as well. He just got traded to Houston.
Yes.
So he is now bounced around after winning 3 or 4 championships with the 2 championships with the Golden State Warriors. He's now on the second team. So I guess they offered him to go back to Golden State, and he said no.
Yep.
So which
Said
is
no.
kind of weird, but whatever. To each their own. I guess we can talk football really quick. Aaron Rodgers finally decided where he was going to play this year. He's going to play for Pittsburgh. Whipty freaking doodah.
And he said this is his last year.
Yeah.
Whoopty doody doodah again.
Right,
Yep.
you would say that. So then we got some golf. Congratulations to JJ Spawn. Nobody really knows who that is as a golfer. He won the U.S. Open by holing out a 64-foot birdie putt. He was up. He needed a 2-putt, but he actually holed it in one for a birdie to win by 2 strokes. That was pretty wild.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, it was a fantastic. I mean, it was just a great shot. I'm not gonna lie. So,
You know what that reminds me of? Think about this for a minute. You remember this.
I do know exactly where you're going.
So we're golfing, Sean and I, our buddy Damon, and our buddy Scott Murphy. We call him Murph. We're at Arrowhead, and Damon has this 50 or 60 footer to make par, and he hits it and he drops it right in. So Murph, he does this a lot. He bet him something. He goes, I bet you can't do it again. Damon walks over, drops the ball right in the same spot, and hits it in again. Same shot, same everything.
Yep.
Right in.
Right in the same spot.
Right in the same.
It was hysterical.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah. So then we had the women had they've had 2. They had their U.S. Open, and I don't remember who won their U.S. Open. Give me 1 second, I gotta look that up. But they had another one just last weekend. They had their PGA Championship for the women's, and the Minji Lee won it. She's now won 3 out of the 4 majors for the women.
I don't play for money.
You don't play for money?
Play big.
Oh, that's me.
Help and inspire others.
Sorry, that was me. Don't mind me.
Definitely you.
That was definitely me.
Yeah, I was like, what?
That was definitely me. Give me some. I'm losing what's left of my mind.
Oh dear.
Yeah,
I don't like that.
that's not what I'm looking for. There we go. Moving. Maya Stark won the Women's U.S. Open. Congratulations to her. So golf has been pretty interesting last few weeks. As you guys know, I'm an avid golfer. So I do tend to watch golf on the weekends when I'm playing. I come home and I throw the golf match on that's on during the week. Every tournament starts on Thursday, so it's usually Thursday nights when I get home from work. I put the golf match on and I watch it. Got a couple golfers that I enjoy watching. You guys all know I'm a big Ricky Fowler fan. So that's my guy. I like to see him do a little better than he has been the last couple weeks. He's actually playing in a tournament this week that he won 2 years ago. So I'm hoping maybe we can get a little magic and he can do a little repeat of history for that. The other guy I like watching is Joel Damon, and I like watching him because I watched the Full Swing on YouTube, not on YouTube, sorry, on Netflix. He was in the first season, and this is the kind of guy that you want to play golf with. You know, he's the guy that's out there. He's like, he even says it in the thing. He goes, somebody has to be the 70th ranked golfer in the world. Why can't that just be me? Why can't it just be the guy that's the middle of the pack? So I was like, you know what? All right. I could see playing golf with this guy.
Yeah.
And stuff. So I do root for him a little bit. I mean, that's it for me. I mean, that's like I said. I mean, there's been a lot going on. Got the NBA draft tonight. Danny mentioned it earlier. I did see that Cooper Flag did go #1
Yes, to Dallas.
to Dallas, which is kind of what everybody assumed was going to happen.
Yep.
So I don't
It was
know.
kind of ironic. Everybody laughed because they got the #1 pick after trading Luka to the Lakers.
Yeah. So, that's kind of that was kind of foregone conclusion. He was the best player in college basketball last year. Hands down. I don't think there was anybody better than he was. I mean, Duke didn't win the national championship. I guess because you really can't do it with just one guy.
Right. But his teammate, they had 3 Duke players drafted in the top 10.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's good. I mean, obviously Duke's the top program out there, college basketball wise. I mean, it's
Yeah,
them,
they get some of the
Kentucky.
best projects.
Yeah,
Prospects.
and all the prospects want to go there, and they want to go there for one reason and one reason alone. It's Duke,
Right.
Coach
They win
K.
national championships.
Yeah, they put every year they're in their final. Every year they're in the NC2As. They make it to the usually the Sweet 16, Elite 8. 9 times out of 10 they're in the Final Four.
Yep.
They're one of the powerhouses that you can kind of pencil in every year, top 10, and they get all the top prospects because the top prospects go there. And then you see Zion Williamson, you see Cooper Flag, you see all these guys go there and play. You're like, well, I'm that good. I can go there and play. So they get all those prospects. They get the top 10 guys. The #1 5-star recruit in all the land ends up going to Duke every year. So, it is what it is. Each team's got to come up with their own strategy or whatever. So, but we'll talk basketball when basketball gets here in that time. So, but not much else for me.
All right.
Very cool.
Well,
I got another dad joke because I'm just gonna make this a thing now. I don't give a shit.
it used to be a thing, and then it went away, and now it's a thing again.
It is. Where do
Okay.
surfers go for education?
Where what?
Where do surfers go for education?
Where?
Boarding school.
Jesus Christ.
All right, I'll give you one more before something else. What concert costs just 45 cents?
Oh, I know this one.
This is a good one.
That's it. It's clever. I like it.
I don't know.
50 Cent.
50 Cent featuring Nickelback.
Ah, nice.
And then Paul, do you have a wrestling report?
Wrestling.
I do. Ring the
Wrestling.
bell.
Ding, ding.
It's time.
It's time to play the game.
That's right.
Careful. Don't. They'll censor
I
our
didn't-
ass for that.
It's got enough fucking money.
Right.
What's he
Stuck under my
need 3
desk.
cents for?
You're gonna fall out of the chair.
All right.
Like
So I picked 3 things that I wanted to discuss at least from this week of wrestling. Hopefully you guys are kind of at least caught up.
I didn't watch wrestling this week. I didn't have Wi-Fi.
Okay. Was it Lake Week?
No, I just didn't have Wi-Fi.
Didn't have Wi-Fi.
We bought an air conditioning and I kept popping the breaker and I burnt the power cable out for the router.
Perfect.
that. Yeah, we
It's
kept
gonna fucking
buffering on
die.
Netflix.
That's whose air conditioner it was.
Yours. Yeah.
This guy.
Of course it was. Anyway, so Goldberg is going to have his
Goldberg.
retirement match at Saturday night's main event on July 12th in Atlanta. Against Gunther
Gunther.
for the World Heavyweight
Heavyweight.
Championship. Okay, that's cool and all. He's getting his retirement match. But now WWE has a problem with this. I'm saying they have a problem on their hands.
Okay.
For a retirement match, what do you think is going to happen?
He'll lose.
Normally. Do you think so? You think he goes out on his back?
I don't
he
know.
said,
I don't-
yeah, he should lose, but you remember when Michael Cole was getting interviewed, he's like, if he wins, that's an interesting dilemma, he said. He hinted at. So that could be a little Easter egg. We don't know, though.
Could be. I mean,
I would say lose, but but I'm leaning towards lose, but we'll see what happens.
I can see him losing, to Gunther?
This is the dilemma. What we're posing right here.
But I also heard that his kid is got a tryout with
Yes,
the WWE.
it's coming. Yes.
Do you think
The
WWE
imminent
would?
one right now that's coming is Scott Steiner's son. He's got
Right.
the tryout right now.
Oh wow.
Go ahead, Jack.
Do you think WWE though will hypothetical say Goldberg does win, and do you think they'll pump up a feud with him and Gunther at SummerSlam? Do you? I,
Now, as they always say in professional wrestling, never say never. But
Never.
Goldberg is out saying right now that this is it. This is his final match. Now, I mean, is he being a showman and just saying that, and then they have something up their sleeve, and it's just making marks like me look stupid when I say the things I'm about to say? Or is he like legit done? Like they're saying he's already doing this with a bad knee injury that he fucked his knee all up, getting ready for his final match. Dude's 58 years old. Still in great shape, but he's not going to compete at a level with the guys that are there now.
No. Oh God, no.
When he came back in 2008 or whatever it was, when he did his run in WWE then, he'd already lost a step. Now you're looking almost 20 years later. So we're not getting a final Goldberg run. We're getting a final Goldberg match. So what do? It's Goldberg. Like his whole shtick is like dominant. He wins like
Right.
the unbeatable monster. So logically, you have to have him put Gunther over, right? Because I mean,
possibly.
you shouldn't be putting a title on a guy who's literally retiring right away. But then you make him look weak in his retirement match. So then you say, well, let him win his retirement match. Okay, well, now that makes him the world heavyweight champion.
Have him win by disqualification. Have his kid interfere.
You just
Or
completely blew away my whole fucking segment because I didn't even think about that.
what about this? What about have him win the title? Then he
Drop it.
retires, so then he has to
Oh.
drop the title and you have a tournament.
No. I got it. Go
I
ahead,
think
Paul.
Corbs is right. I think Corbs is right that Goldberg wins by disqualification to set up the next storyline. And that makes a lot of sense now. But no, my thought on it was, okay, so you have Goldberg win the title. That's something cool. It's a big shocking move. How weak does that make Gunther look?
I don't think it does. You're talking about
Ooh,
Goldberg, okay? Right?
Mhm.
The mythos of Goldberg. I mean, think about this for a minute. Like, and I think it was later than 2008 because he did beat Brock Lesnar when Brock was the shit. Remember when he had
You're
the
right.
title?
It was later than that. You're absolutely right.
So you can't, he can't lose because, like you said, it destroys the myth. Like, I mean,
the
even
whole
though
mystique of
right, the mystique,
Right.
yes, he won all those matches in a row in WCW, but when WWE bought WCW, some of those guys came over,
Mhm.
and now they're all part of the WWE Hall of Fame.
Mhm.
right.
So now you have Goldberg. He wins by disqualification or gets the strap, and maybe they do. Maybe they put a tournament out there, and to see if they can put it on someone else. But
You
then
I
made me
get-
think, yeah, you made me think of something now. Like he wins by disqualification, let's say that. And then but Goldberg is behind the scenes training somebody, and we don't know who this mysterious person is. But then he's starting to hint on it, then you're like, "Oh my God, is that who I think it is?" He taps him on the chest. He's like, "Big guy, I beat you before, but I think you can win this." And it's the guy coming back that was released is Braun Strowman. That'd be kind of cool, right?
It could be.
He beat Braun Strowman for the title. Remember, was it at WrestleMania or something like that?
Is that
Goldberg
who you beat?
he got the Universal title. Remember that? He won the
That was during my hiatus. I missed that whole run. But
yeah, he won the Universal title, and like Braun Strowman was the champion, and then I think Goldberg beat him for that.
But the other thing too,
This is what I think. This is what I think. So here's how you make him look strong
and give him the title and then lose the title?
Seth.
Seth Rollins.
So what does he lose?
He beats Gunther in a grueling match. We'll say it's a grueling match. 10, 15-minute
Like
match.
both of them are just gassed. Yep.
Gassed. And who comes out with cash to Money in the Bank is Seth Rollins. So he beats Gunther. You make him look strong in front of Gunther. Gunther doesn't lose because it's a very grueling match, very hard fought match. And he wins the title and then drops it immediately to Seth.
Like within like 5 minutes, unfortunately. And you think of Corbin?
Yeah, but you give him his retirement, you give him his match, you give him the title, and then he drops the title immediately right after. I mean, they've done it before.
Yep.
Guys have won it and dropped it right after. I mean, Edge did it to Cena.
Yep. And what do you want to call it?
McIntyre just did it.
Yeah, McIntyre. Well, no, and but McIntyre lost to Seth Rollins, if I'm not mistaken, cashed it in. Remember when McIntyre finally beat someone for the title, but then somebody cashed it in. Damian Priest.
Yep,
cashed
he
it in
beat
on him.
Seth for the title.
Seth.
Priest cashed in.
Yeah, right. So it's something that
it's done.
WWE
It's
has
been done. You can do it.
The other thing too is that what I've been reading too is that Brock Lesnar's coming back. So what if
there is a Brock Lesnar's daughter pretending to be Brock Lesnar?
I don't know.
That would be far-fetched.
No, it wouldn't. Have you seen pictures of his daughter?
She is homely.
I'm just saying she looked like her dad. That's all I was going with that.
That's a beaver tranquilizer she took.
She looks like a Russian beet farmer. You know. But
yuck.
You know, so, I mean that's another angle. You know what I mean? Drop the strap. Lesnar comes back, wins the title in a tournament, or gets the strap, but then he has to, he has to give it up because he can't perform. You give him his title, he's strong, but last match, now they're gonna have a tournament.
Well, we still have
that just makes better. That just makes more matches, things more exciting, especially if you put the right people in a tournament.
Right. We still have the draft coming up, but didn't I just see recently LA Knight was traded to like Raw or something like that?
I don't think so. I think they're just escalating the whole feud with Seth Rollins and his guys. So he's showing up on like every show.
You said you have 3 topics though. What's another take you got?
All right. So yeah, because I think we
I think we beat that.
Slammed that
I think we beat a dead horse with that.
And there's a theme tonight with the WWE Has problems. Because now, if you guys watch Monday Night Raw this past week, I think they're having a problem with keeping John Cena as a heel. Because he delivered probably the greatest John Cena promo I have ever seen.
That was awesome.
It was so fucking good.
Corbs, after he put Punk through the table.
Yes.
Yeah.
And all it was the mirror image of the fucking pipe bomb. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, awesome. I'm very sorry.
No, I remember the pipe bomb. I remember Punk. I remember the pipe bomb Punk.
Yes. And now they completely did the same thing. He put Punk through the table. Punk sold the hell out of it for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
While John sat on the turnbuckle instead of going up the ramp, sat on the turnbuckle behind him and just almost word for word took the pipe bomb and twisted it all to be about Punk. And it was so fucking good.
It was awesome.
But the problem is, by the end of it, the crowd was popping for Cena. Because they respected the hell out of what he did. Yep. So they're not going to be able to keep this whole heel run thing going.
Yeah, but you think about that. If now the same shit happened when the Attitude Era started. You got to remember,
Rocky
Cold Steve Austin,
Stone Cold.
Stone Cold was a heel.
Yes, he was.
He was supposed to be.
Was supposed to be a heel when he first came out.
Yep. Same with The Rock.
Yeah.
And the crowd was just so over for them that they couldn't do anything about it.
Because The Rock versus Ken Shamrock, and Ken Shamrock was the baby face. And I was like, Rocky, I was like, oh my God.
He was just too fucking funny.
He was.
Yep.
So it's not unheard of.
Nope. And you know what? I think it's a good problem to have because there's no way you have Cena retire as a chicken shit heel.
No.
Like before the end, he had to have come back around to the crowd for the one big send off, because when December comes, nobody's gonna boo that man. Like everyone's gonna be there for all the contributions to wrestling he's done,
Yeah.
the lifetime he's given. Like everyone is gonna basically circle jerk the respect onto him right there.
Right.
It's
hell yeah.
happening, especially since the rumor is the December pay-per-view, the final thing, whatever for him, is in Boston.
Ruthless Aggression, right? Or something like that.
That was the rumor. Now they're also saying it might be a Saturday night's main event. And if they announce that soon enough, that is the end of the road for Cena, I may put the money up and make the trip to Boston just for Saturday night's main event to say I was there for his retirement.
Dude, if you want, I would definitely love to go. to
You are not
Boston.
invited, Jack.
I know I'm coming for sure. He already knows I'm coming. I'm already there.
God damn, that didn't take fucking long at all.
Gotcha! I was
He's
waiting
like,
for it.
no.
Paul will be at one end of the stadium and I'll be at the other. And I'm like, hi, Paul. Like, don't do that. He loves me. No, but like, seriously, though, like, did you see, though, Cody Rhodes, though, said it's coming to an end where he's going to be the face? So, like, but I don't know if we believe that. So it's like, I don't know.
I don't buy it because, I mean, this is the career he's wanted. He's always wanted to be the white bread babyface.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I
But
don't
like you
buy it.
said-
I think that's them putting shit out there.
But Cena can't retire as the heel. You're absolutely right. That's going to be amazing at the end. Like, he's arguably a top 3 wrestler of all time. Like, it's so tough. I know it's so debatable, but it's amazing. Like, but what else you got, though?
And the other one was just, holy shit, the amount of injuries taking wrestlers off the show just in the past couple weeks.
I
I
know.
saw Liv got hurt, dislocated his shoulder.
Nasty separated shoulder.
Yeah.
Now they just wrote Gable, off TV. Because I guess he's got a legitimate injury.
Who did they just write off?
Gable.
Chad Gable.
I saw that
Oh.
too. I did saw that on my Facebook, on one of my feeds, that he got hurt. Did he hit himself with the metal plate?
I think
Ah.
he hurt him. That is
That's-
not Chad Gable. What are you talking about?
Americano is still there, whatever his name is.
I wonder how they're going to play that next week. Now that
El
Gable's
Grande
gone.
Americano.
Yes. Oh my God.
That's
I
so
love
funny.
that fucking gimmick. Oh God, I love that gimmick.
I did
The
see.
fact that they're playing into it like they did back in the '90s with Mr. America and Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did see that that Roxanne Perez is going to take Liv Morgan's title from Liv Morgan, and she's going to rock that. With,
Oh,
with
that's
Roxanne
great.
and
Yes.
Raquel.
You were noticing that. You know what I noticed about Roxanne?
what?
Girl's got a dump truck going on.
Oh yeah.
Oh hell
Just,
yeah!
just saying.
Night of Champions, though, I feel is going to be Lyra
They're all
Valkyrie
gonna die.
versus Bailey versus Becky Lynch. Will be a triple threat match for the Intercontinental title.
They're running out of time to announce that, but I really think they're more worried about, security and safety over there right now.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. People are getting
Uh-huh.
hurt left and right.
What a year for CM Punk to compromise his morals, huh? Whew.
Yeah. Is Dominic Mysterio really hurt, or do you
Yes.
think?
Yeah, he has a rib injury. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. Probably from all the chicken nuggies.
they are good though.
I love me some nugs. That'll probably be some editing snacks later.
Ooh, over for some.
And no,
Fuck.
stop. Get some help.
There's no help here.
All right. Well, that's all I've really got for this. I think we will throw it to break, and we'll come back to wrap the show up. What do you say there, folks? Good. Stick with us, guys.
Talking to the stranger with the skeleton flute was his first mistake. Playing it was his second. Be careful what you wish for never meant anything to 12-year-old Sam until the night he blows into the skeleton flute and wishes for his parents to stay together. The stranger promised Sam his greatest desire, but the morning after the low, warbling note came out of the glowing flute, Sam's life has been turned upside down. His brother and sister don't exist, and his best friend doesn't know him. His parents are together and happy, but is it worth sacrificing everyone else he loves? Caught in a web of unintended consequences, Sam must try to get his old life back, despite the challenges that wait for him if he succeeds. And that means uncovering the mystery behind the strange man's identity and the skeleton flute. The Skeleton Flute hits shelves on August 27th. You can pre-order your copy now on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, your local indie, and most major book retailers.
Guys, what are you watching?
So I watched 2 movies this past week, and one movie I've seen before and one I have not. So have you guys ever seen the movie Chaplin with Robert Downey Jr.?
Oh, Robert Downey Jr. I've not seen
No,
it. I've always
I've not
wanted
seen
to.
it. Heard of it.
He was
Great
nominated
movie.
for Academy Award for that, wasn't he?
Yes.
He was.
So 1992 biopic of Charlie Chaplin, which was amazing. For our listeners that
92?
don't- 1992.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So if
Okay,
any,
sorry, Jack.
yeah, no, go ahead.
No,
All right,
no,
so
that was
like-
all. I was apologizing.
So, people, our listeners that don't know who Charlie Chaplin is, I know you guys know. Charlie Chaplin, the English actor, composer, filmmaker, known for his baggy suit, derby hat, mustache, and also nicknamed the Tramp, was really cool, like a very silent film actor. What's up, Paul? What do you got?
No, nothing. I'm not. No, it's just it's
Okay.
funny
Okay.
because
So, no, I just thought it was a really cool movie because
you're not
like,
wrong. No, no.
Okay. We all like films and all that stuff, so I thought this was kind of neat. The way this was filmed in the beginning, it's filmed in black and white, so it shows Charlie Chaplin taking off his makeup, so it just like zooms in on the face of Robert Downey Jr. And then after he takes up all his makeup, the film goes colorized, which is really
Oh,
neat.
that's cool.
So
Yeah,
I
that's
really, yeah, I liked how they did that because I'm actually reading the book now of his autobiography, and Anthony Hopkins plays a supporting actor, and he's the guy that's writing his book, basically. So it's like a look on his past.
That's
So it
cool.
goes through, and actually Dan Aykroyd's in the movie, which I thought was kind of not fun. Oh yeah, there's a lot of very cool people in this movie. Kevin Kline's in it. It goes through a lot of different things. So you guys know Game of Thrones. Robb Stark's wife, the one that he was married to at the Red Wedding, that was Charlie Chaplin's granddaughter in
Oh,
real
wow.
life. So yeah, so Charlie Chaplin was married 4 times. So I thought it's a very cool movie. Like the autobiography is really good too. So I really much enjoyed that. And then the other thing I watched, my mom told me to watch this, and I was like, I'm not gonna watch it, but I finally got to watch it last night. Nanos, the new Vince Vaughn movie on Netflix.
Oh, Nanas.
Yeah, Nanas, yes.
Yep.
So very good movie. So this movie just dropped maybe a couple weeks ago on Netflix, based on a true story. Vince Vaughn's character buys a restaurant, and he names it after his mother that just passed away. And he inspired to do this. The real person that did this. So it's based on a true story. Based it off actual Italian grandmothers home cooking. So a nice home type feel.
Yep.
And for us geeks, one of the co-stars in it, I forget her last name. It's Linda something from Grandma's Boy. She's from Freaks and Geeks too. She plays Vince Vaughn's love interest. So her name's Linda something. She played Thelma
Fiorentino?
I don't know. Yes, she's from Daddy's Home. Her name's Linda something. I forget the whole name, but she's funny. Vince Vaughn's in it. The guy that plays D&D, John, the guy that was married to Sofia Vergara.
Oh, Joe Manganiello.
He's in the movie too. It's a great movie. If you guys are looking for just like a movie to watch, Vince Vaughn, you can never beat him. Feel good movie. Taya Shire, Adrian from Rocky's in it. Like she plays one of the grandmothers. Like it's just very good home feeling. Like Vince Vaughn, you can never go wrong with. So like about less than 2 hours to watch, and it was actually very much enjoyable. So
Linda Carandelli.
there you go.
Oh,
Thank you.
I know. Yep.
So yeah, like it's based on a true story. There's restaurants still there in Staten Island, and it was pretty enjoyable. So just 2 movies I watched that were really good.
Awesome. What else?
What did I watch? So I went old school the last couple of days, except for this afternoon. I watched Spaceballs. I watched when Corbs brought my Xbox up when I was at Loretto. the first night I was able to log into the internet. I watched Kung Fu Panda. I just love Jack Black in that role. I watched what else? I was streaming. Oh, and then today I started watching Mobland.
Yeah, I started that too.
Yeah, I saw that, but I put it at the beginning. I went to Paramount Plus because my son Alex gave me his Max. So I watched a lot of stand-up when I was at Loretto. I watched old school Dave Chappelle Killing Them Softly, hilarious. Old Chris Rock. I watched two Nikki Glazers. She's hilarious.
Nikki's hilarious.
She is so funny. You know, talking, you know, the one thing that the first one that I watched, she talked about like having kids but not having kids and all this other kind of stuff. She was pretty cruel, but it was funny. But most of her jokes in that one, like from the middle to the end, she just talked about her fucking pussy the whole time.
Perfect.
Like
My
I'm
girl.
like, what? Like it was just hilarious.
Yeah.
And then I watched like I said, I started watching Mobland today. I didn't finish the first episode. I think I dozed, so I got to go back and rewatch the first episode. But Tom Hardy's the guy, right?
Yep. Tom
Yeah, that's what I
Hardy.
thought. Yeah,
Tom Hardy, Pierce Brosnan, Helen Mirren.
Yep.
Those are the three big actors that are in it.
Nice.
So yeah, that's really good. And then when I was at Loretto, I watched Fellowship of the Ring, The Hobbit, started Desolation of Smog, King Kong Godzilla New Empire, because they're waiting for the new one to come out because they're talking about another one. So yeah, I just was just randomizing everything and stuff like that, I'm still waiting for some of my other favorites, to come out, but I did notice a few going through Paramount Plus, some of the older movies that are on Paramount Plus, and 80s movies that I like and 90s movies that I like and stuff like that. But those are what I was watching, Spaceballs especially. So
they're coming out with it too, right?
Yeah, I heard that. Spaceballs 2.
Yep.
Is he still alive, Mel Brooks?
He's still
Yes.
alive.
98
Oh my
years
God.
old, young, 98 young.
Wow.
2 years we're talking about it.
So now he's not going to need makeup when he plays yogurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It'll be an Amazon exclusive too when it comes out.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
That one.
Well, I also heard not only are we getting the Dungeons & Dragons live show on Netflix, but I think it's going to come out on Amazon Prime, but it might be a Netflix. We're also getting a Mass Effect TV show. So I saw that they hired somebody from one of the other popular shows that they just canceled to come in and be the showrunner. So I'm waiting for that because obviously I play those games a lot. So yeah, but that's it. That's it for me.
Cool.
I only got two. So
good. I've only got a couple too.
So I started watching on Netflix. I started watching before we lost our Wi-Fi. I started watching the TV show that Arnold Schwarzenegger's in called FUBAR.
Yes.
Yeah.
Season 2 just came out, or it's
Season 2
coming
just
out.
came out. I watched all season 1. I'd seen it and I was like, I'm gonna take a look at this, and then I'd find something else to watch. And I was like, so then one day I was just sitting in my room and I was like, all right. So I started watching it one night. And I watched the first episode and I was like, all right, this is pretty good. And then I watched the second episode and I'm sitting out here and I'm like laughing to myself and I'm like, all right. And next thing you know, it's like 3 episodes later and I'm still watching it and it's like 11 o'clock at night and I'm like, fuck, I got to golf in the morning. I go to bed soon. Just one more episode. I'll be all right.
One more.
So yeah, so I started watching it. So I'm on to season 2 now, and he's definitely an action star, Schwarzenegger. I mean, everybody knows Terminator and all these stuff. Dude, he's got some freaking funny ass lines in this, man. I can remember him doing Twins and
Yes, Twins. People
love Twins.
that movie.
That's
Yes.
a great movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
So he's got some comedic talent. I could see him doing a few more comedies and stuff like that. But
Well,
man, that show is freaking funny as hell.
and he's gonna have to transition. I mean, he's not
Yeah.
a young man. He can't
No.
do
And he
all
still
that stuff anymore.
he
But
still does some of the action in this, but he's got some good funny lines. I can't remember the girl who plays his daughter.
Oh.
I can't remember what her name is, and she's been in something else that I watched that I really liked too. First name is
OnlyFans?
Monica. What's that?
OnlyFans?
Do you have a foot fetish, Corbs?
Jesus Christ! You guys can get me fucking shot. You know that, right?
That's hilarious.
Fucking hit me.
OnlyFans.
That's why your Wi-Fi went down, bro.
He melted that shit. Well, he did.
Oh,
But
Corbs.
Hang on, I gotta remember what she was in. So
Oh,
her
God.
name's Monica Barbaro.
Yes, she's very good.
Yeah, she was just in something else that I watched that I was like, I like this. It was another good TV show that I was watching. Give me a second, I'll figure it out. Oh, she was in Top Gun Maverick. That's what it was.
Yes.
okay.
She plays Phoenix in
Yes,
Top.
she plays Phoenix. Yes.
Yeah.
I just looked it up myself.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. So that's where I remember her from. She's hysterical. She's hysterical in the whole thing too. The concept is Schwarzenegger's in the CIA, and obviously his family doesn't know. But what he doesn't know is his daughter's also in the CIA.
Doesn't she end up being his handler?
No, they end up in the same group
On the same
tasked
team.
tasked with the same mission. So and
Outstanding.
it's funny that the contrast, the play between the two of them as father and daughter is funny as hell.
That's awesome.
And and she thinks she knows it all, and he thinks he knows it all, and they're fighting with each other, and then they finally realize that they've got to work together to get the that whole concept. So I enjoy it. It's funny as hell. I'm gonna continue watching the episodes here. Probably over the weekend I'll probably watch some of the second season.
Perfect.
But the other one I watched, and this is more something that Bryce and I did together. So I took Bryce on opening night to see
Perfect.
How to Train Your Dragon.
Mm.
But we didn't go to the movie theaters. We went to the drive-in.
Awesome.
So we had gone to the drive-in we had gone to the drive-in one other time. We went and saw Bill and Ted's new movie.
Yep.
And he wanted to go to the drive-in, so I took him to the drive-in up there. We went up to the one in Minetto. There's two of them around here.
Midway, right?
Yeah, Midway up in Minetto.
Yep.
There's one in Auburn, and I think there's one in Rome or something like that. I can't remember. I think there's three around here. But we go to the one in Minetto. So when he knew that the live action movie was coming out, he told me, he's like, I want to go. So I was like, okay, well, not a big deal. It comes out, it's a month before your birthday. You're done with school that Friday. You got to go back on Monday for the senior picnic or whatever. But so it won't be a big deal.
Right.
So I said, okay, well, look and see where it's. Well, I said, well, let's go over to the drive-in.
Nice.
And then I called him that day and I said, well, do you really want to go to the drive-in? He goes, I don't really care where we go, but I just want to go. I said, okay, well, look and see. I was at work. I said, go on the website, go to How to Train Your Dragon and see where it's playing and see what times they're playing and see if there's any seats available. And I said, so he looked at the movie tavern. There was only seats in the front row, and I'm not going to watch a movie like this.
Nope.
Been there.
So he checked carousel, and same thing, only front row. So I said, all right, well, the drive-in has it playing, but it's not playing until 9:00. And it was the first movie at the drive-in that night.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes you got to, with the drive-in, they have a double feature every weekend.
Every time. Yep.
So and you play two movies over the weekend. So sometimes they play it the first one or they play the second one. So you can go and come in for the second showing, like you can come in for the second movie or whatever. So when we went and saw Bill and Ted's, they had three movies going, and
Yep.
Bill and Ted's was the middle one.
Ouch.
So we kind of went like halfway through and had to watch the first half of the first movie, and then we got to see Bill and Ted's. This one played first.
Nice.
And when I got home, I said to my mom, and my sister was here for dinner and all that stuff. And I said to them, I said, and this is when I think right around the time Danny came home. This was actually, you were home the day before.
Yeah.
So I came home. I said, look, I want to get up there early. They're like, well, it's a drive-in. It's not going to be that busy.
Yeah.
We rolled up, and you're coming down the road. I think it's 45 or whatever, and it's on your left, and you can see it. Like you come this way, and you can look over and see it, and the entrance is past it, so you got to go past it to come back.
Yep.
You got to where it opens up, and you can see it, and the front half of the drive-in was full.
Damn.
And I was like, holy fuck. So then we found a spot. We were like 2 or 3 rows behind the concession stand off to the right. So we were watching the movie and it started to play. And this is the only bad thing I can say about the movie. Loved the movie. I loved all 3 of the animated features of it. The first hour of the movie was very dark.
Oh,
You couldn't see it on the screen dark. And it wasn't. So we were talking about it, like we couldn't really see it and stuff like that. But you could see, like when it was daytime, you could see everything really clear, and it was great. So when the movie got done, being a drive-in, you got to get out of your car to go to the bathroom. So we were heading for the bathroom at the concession stand, and they made an announcement over the loudspeaker that they reached out to other drive-ins that they know of and talk to, and they all said the same thing. The movie was shot dark.
So that's gonna screw it for the drive-in. Yeah.
Well, so that's what we said. He said, well, we'd like to be able to see it when it comes out streaming to see if there's any difference.
Right.
So that's the other thing we're gonna do. And then just found out a couple of days ago that they've already are in talks of doing the second one as a live action.
Good.
A live
that
action.
means it's doing well.
So yeah, it's already made $350 million. It's the 9th highest grossing movie of the year so far.
And it's only been a week.
Only been out 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So it was great. We had a great time. I love the drive-in. And Danny knows this. There used to be a drive-in up in Liverpool.
Yep.
We actually went and saw Star Wars at the drive-in.
We saw Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, we actually sat outside of the drive-in on our bikes. We're able to watch the drive-in. That drive-in was fantastic. I love that drive-in.
Yeah, that one was great. It's right on Old
Liverpool Road, right where McDonald's and Village Burger used to be.
Okay. Yep.
Right there. It's right there.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So
across from where Ponderosa was.
Yes.
Yeah, just
right past it. Yep.
Yeah. You know where it is, Paul. You obviously went down to the village. So
yep.
But yeah, so that we had a great time, and I would do it again.
That's good. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I haven't been to a drive-in in years.
So
because we used to go to the one in Auburn.
And I'm not going to lie to you, the price is fantastic. It's $10.
That's awesome.
$10 a person.
Yep. Which is more than it used to be, but
yeah.
Still,
I mean, it used to be when we went and saw Bill and Ted's, it was, I want to say it was $15 for the car.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, that's what I always thought. It was always, when we were kids, it was for the whole car.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it was, I mean, shit. Well, back then in the 80s, it was like $5.
Right.
Yeah.
So they've done it a little different, which is cool. I mean, they've got to make money somehow.
They've got to make theirs. Yes.
Right. And this particular drive-in was damaged during the tornado up there.
Yep.
And they weren't sure they were ever going to reopen. But the community came to them and raised a bunch of money and helped them fix everything up.
Good. That's awesome.
So, and it's fantastic. I mean, I would recommend if you want to go see a movie and whatnot, this is the way to do it. Old school. We had a great time. You know, we sat in the car. You can, there were people out there. They had lawn chairs out there and you know, they had sleeping bags and stuff like that. They were laying out on the ground between the cars and stuff like that. So it's a great place to take the family. I would say it's a great place to take the girls, Paul.
Absolutely.
And stuff like that.
They haven't experienced that. Yeah.
Yeah. We took shot when I was married. We took the kids, we had a caravan and we just turned the caravan around and opened up the back.
Yep.
Everybody just laid in the back and watched the movie. You know,
Bryce and I talked about doing the same thing. putting the seats down, bringing some pillows and blankets and whatever.
Just chill in the back. Yep.
Pop the hatch up and watch it out the back.
Yep.
So,
Yep. Yeah, I think that's something that needs to be done in the next year or two before Madison gets too old.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You
So,
know,
All
pick a
right.
movie that they want to see that you can stand and see. That's the whole thing. You know what I mean?
I sit through the
remember
ones
when-
that I can't stand anyway.
Yeah, but when I remember when we took the kids, I can't remember. It was triple feature, and we can't remember what we went and we were going to stay for all of them. So all of them until whatever, and we went for the first movie for the kids, and then the second movie was Indiana Jones and Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Oh.
So that was for me.
Right.
So, and then the third, I can't remember what the third one was, but both my wife and I wanted to see it. But by the time you got to that third one, the kids were out, she was
Yep.
out. I just tucked everybody's feet inside, closed the thing, and
True.
left.
Yeah.
You know, so
But the good thing about it is it's $10 a person, but if it's a triple feature, it's $10 for all three movies.
Yeah.
Right, you can't beat that.
Absolutely.
Right, you can't beat that. And if you go on the website, it's Midway Drive-In. If you just type in Midway Drive-In, it gives you the list of what's playing.
Right.
So
For the month.
yeah,
Right.
well,
For
it's
the whole month,
they,
you can look and see because
Yeah.
they change every couple of weeks.
this
every
one
week.
changes every week.
Yeah.
Every week so we were there. It was How to Train Your Dragon and Phoenix-ition or whatever the hell it is, the movie with Tom Hanks and Benicio del Toro and
Yep. The weird one.
that was the second feature. The week after that was going to be How to Train Your Dragon and Karate Kid Legends.
Nice.
Nice. That's
So
cool.
you think about that. If
That's
you go
this
there,
weekend then, right?
yeah, it's
Or was it last weekend?
last weekend. But that's $10 to see those two movies a person.
You're
you're
not
looking at
getting in for
$5 a
that-
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Which isn't a thing. Yeah.
yeah, you can't beat $5 for
And you can bring your own stuff.
you can bring
Yep.
your own stuff, and they've got a concession stand right there that you can buy, and the pricing is very reasonable for the
Yep.
food.
Compared to anything
Yeah.
else. Yeah.
You know, and they go from, I want to say it's like the first week in May right through Halloween.
I thought so too, because they usually do like
And at
shit
Halloween,
right there. Yeah.
Halloween they do a triple feature, and it's all horror movies.
Yeah.
As it should be. Yes.
And in all of August, it's horror movies. Like
That's awesome.
they play old school horror movies. The new ones that are coming out. So it's a great experience. I can't say enough about the experience that we had there. The only bad thing was the bugs.
Yeah.
So if
Yep.
you're there and you got your hatch open and whatever, you're gonna have mosquitoes and shit
They're coming in. Yep.
So we sat in the car and had the air conditioning on and stuff like that. So, but you're running your car the whole time too to get for the radio. Now you're not burning much power on it, but
Right. But still. Yeah.
still. So, but we had a good time, and I like I said, I would do it again.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome. All right. I'm going to hit mine quick because we are running out of time. Watched the first episode of Ironheart on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got to experience a Minecraft movie because it's now on Max.
Yes, it is.
It's on Paramount.
I believe it might be on Paramount Plus too, but I know it's on Max.
I've seen it. So Bryce
Yeah,
went to see
It's
it.
definitely on Max because I don't have Paramount.
I think Paramount and Max are together.
they
So
might-
that's right.
Okay. All I can say about that is it's Jack Black doing Jack Black things.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Meh.
Jason Momoa is funny in it too, though.
He is fucking hilarious in that. Oh my god,
You
I
wanna,
love
you
him.
want to, I got to experience him in Fast X.
Yep. When he was
I don't know
like
if
the
you, I
crazy
don't know
bad
if you
guy.
see,
Yep.
have you seen it though?
No,
Oh my
I've got to
god!
catch up on those. Yeah,
Oh my god! You got to watch it. You got to
absolutely.
watch it. He is fucking hysterical in that movie. You think Jason Momoa, you think Aquaman, you think all these movies big. He's big, muscular.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I mean, he is so over the top, weird, funny.
I love it.
Yeah, you gotta see. Please, you gotta watch. You guys gotta watch it at some point. And
I
just-
will because I've got to catch up because I love those movies.
Yeah.
But
So
and my last one I did this without telling you guys because I'm sure some of you guys would have accompanied me if I didn't. I just kind of spur of the moment. But I went and saw Dogma's 25th anniversary rescreening when it was in town.
You went and saw. That's the only one of his movies I haven't seen
Oh, it's a great
I
movie.
haven't seen it all.
at all.
You
We'll
ever
fix
seen
that.
Dogma?
I've
We'll-
never
we'll-
seen
That's a
Dogma.
great
I've seen
movie.
every
We will
other
fix that.
one except for that.
Yeah, seriously.
Yes,
Because Paul,
I've,
did you
I've
see
been
the-
looking,
yeah.
but I don't know if you know where it's streaming on to watch it.
it's not.
I'll let you borrow it,
Yeah.
DC.
We'll-
Did you
we
see
will
the
figure that out off mic.
Off mic. Yeah.
you see the Band-Aid on George Carlin's finger?
Yes, I
Is
I knew that the
that's-
first time I saw it.
I know you
Now,
did, but it's still
here's-
epic.
Here is my big thing with this. I needed to go see that in theater because that is the very first Kevin Smith movie I ever saw in a theater was Dogma.
Oh wow.
Yep. So I came full circle. I did a stupid flowery post on Facebook about it. And it was huge for me. I mean, it was a lot more expensive now because that's a lot
Right.
to go to the movies. But again, that movie holds up. It's fantastic. Love that movie. It's another one of those that I can almost recite word for word.
I
Yeah.
can. Sean, which one can we do word for word?
Oh, Mallrats.
Mallrats, and I
Mallrats,
have it on our DVR. I have it on our DVR, and I watched it. You know, I watch it, but I've never seen the movies on the big screen. Always like VHS, DVD, streaming.
Yep.
But yeah, I have Mallrats on DVR. I have to.
Everything since Dogma I've seen in theater. And
Wow.
I've since gone back and I saw the first Clerks in theater as well when they re-released that. So
Nice.
but that's about it. Those are the last I had for it.
All right. So you're all good?
We're ready to send this thing home, yes.
So we're sending it to bed?
In a second. As soon as you do your thing.
No, man. Do your thing. You got to enlighten us here, brother.
Yeah, I need to be enlightened.
There is a cult of ignorance in the United States. And there has been. The strain of anti-intellectualism has been a constant thread winding its way through our political and cultural life. Nurtured by the false notion that democracy means that my ignorance is just as good as your knowledge. No. Now, more than ever, the first duty of every citizen is to think for themselves. Educate yourself. Make the choice to act. Because it's time for a revolution. And the revolution will be streaming.
This has been a GeekPod Network production.